Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worried about the crown being. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Don't roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, move, you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a whole up class. Hit the gab, I talk that gab. Strut like up, man, I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Told them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Said on the man, post stop, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'm steady focused on money now. I'm trying to count to 100,000. That's daily. Grady pay me. M's and M's, no Slim Shady. Bank account going so crazy. Still live it up when I'm over 80. Flying, I'm hotter than Hades. Middle fingers up to the ones when I hate me. Come with my vibe and I'm up like a drought. Everybody lying for a little bit of clout. Stay making moves like I'm trying to sell a house. That's how it be when you're raised in the South. Mama always said that this money be the death of me. Money can't buy you happy, but I never seen a sad man ride in a jet ski. Time will tell, move to breakneck speed. First it was hate, now they got my steez. Took small sips, now they drinks on me. Commas in the bank, that's all I need. Business first and chill after. Set to cruise, but not the actor. Work hard, let the money stack up while y'all broke like a stress fracture. My God.
aumentando o som que o baile funk acabou de começar.
Okay, good evening, guys. It is your girl Mitch Gaming, and we are live tonight for the last day in the semi-finale for the East Africa Clash Games. We have watched day one, day two. It has been nothing but interesting. And as we now go to the last day of the semi-finals, we have the last two groups that are going to be playing against. So these teams have basically having their last chance in the semi-finals, and we're going to be having 4 matches tonight. Match one is going to be Erangel, match two Miramar, match three Sanhok, and then match four we will have Erangel. I don't know how today is going to play out. We have a couple of team favorites in today's lobbies. So I hope you guys are gonna gas your teams up, your countries as well. You're gonna give them shout outs, You can leave your country's flag in the comment section. And even as we start the first game of the night, make sure liking, sharing, and subscribing. But let's head on into the game right now. And we are on to the first game, and that is Erangel. If you're already here in the live stream, thank you so much for joining the live. Make sure you do the necessary, guys. Like, share, sub, like, share, sub. That's all I'm going to be asking you guys to do. But as we look at the flight path tonight, it's coming from Stalba all the way to military base. And we're going to be waiting to see how the teams are going to be playing it out. I mean, tonight we're having Group A, and we're going to be having Group C as well. These teams have only played once. They played Group A played day one, and then Group C played yesterday in day two, and now we have them teaming up again in the last day, and that is day three, where we have Project X, we have Aesthetic Extreme, we have Later Esports, TDS Power, Generation Z, Never Die Esports, Invisibles, Rage Esports, Team Unique, Red So, Zeus Morris, Relentless Esports, Pain Africa, Blacklist. Mao Esports, Tactical Team, Nightmare, LELENA Esports, Unity Force, and the Islanders. So we basically have a couple of countries being represented tonight. We have 6 of them in the game. So if you can see your country, just make sure to give them a big shout out. Do your thing there. Make sure they feel supported and all that. We can see now where the teams are going to land. We have a couple of them. They're going to be choosing Yesnea Poliana. That seems to be a common in the East Africa Clash games. They usually have a lot of teams landing in Yesnea Poliana. We'll have others going towards Rozok. You can see what's happening in Rozok. We have a couple of teams there. School as well, they have a couple of teams there. We can see how it's going to be surrounded. Looking at places like Farm, Milta, we have teams going towards that side as well. Also in military base, we have a single team going towards that side. Peer repair, for the first time, they're going to be having a team going towards that side. Normally, no one lands there, and I don't know why. But let's just enjoy tonight's games. It is the last day of the semi-finale. I am your girl, Mitch Gaming. I have been your caster for the longest time in the East Africa Clash games. But don't you worry, in the finals, I'll be bringing back the other casters you saw during the qualifiers and the group stage. And I hope you guys are going to be enjoying the games tonight. We already have some teams have been taken back to lobby. Later Esports Ramo is already knocked. And I don't know how this is happening already, because the game has just started fast phase of the zone. Teams are not really that close to each other. Yes, some are close to each other, that's true, but they have not really looted. So I don't know why or how you will end up getting knocked. You can see the little conversation happening there between Lucifer and the player there from Later Esports. For Later Esports, when it came to day one, they had 2 chicken dinners. They won the first Erangel game and then the last Erangel game. But when it comes to the third day, in the semi-finals, we can see Later Esports already has lost. One of their players is already knocked. There's no way you can get a revive. It is the competitive scene. So, of course, I won't tell you to bring your teammates so that you can get revived and we can try to fight again. So that will be unfortunate for Later Esports to lose a teammate at this early. We can see they got 49 points. As you can look on your right side there, we can see the stats and we can see where the teams are as of now. We already have 19 teams in this lobby, teams yesterday for Group B, that was their last chance for qualifying to the finals. The only 10 teams making it to the finals. It is quite tight. We saw how many players were choosing to camp it out. They didn't want to play aggressively. They were waiting for the fights to come towards them. So tonight being the last day for the semi-finals, I don't know if that's going to be the same case. But when you look at Rozok, there we have two teams are close to each other. We have Project X, where we can see Kurt, we can see Aria, we can see, I think that's Mamba, and we can also see players from later esports. Their teammate did not really land where they are right now. So that makes sense because the revive wouldn't have happened, to be honest. And we have another powerful team as well. Actually, every single team that has made it in the finale is a powerful team, and we know that as long as you have made it here, that means you're good. Wherever you're playing from, whichever country you're representing, whether it's Somalia, Kenya, Mauritius, Madagascar, Djibouti, Ethiopia, whichever country you're representing, I am so sure that you, as long as you made it to the semifinals, you have done your best, and that's what made you get here. Now you're trying your best to make it to the finale, and I hope you do, because it's going to be a little bit interesting tonight. But otherwise, guys, make sure you're liking the live stream. That's all I ask for. That's the only support that I will be asking in the live today. Just like the live. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit the sub button. And I'm going to be giving a little bit of some shout outs here as usual. A big shout out to GPE Esports for the beautiful production. When it comes to the East Africa Clash games, if you want anything this type of production, make sure you check them out on Instagram, same name, GPE Esports, and they'll give you the same type of production. A big shout out to the event sponsors. We have Esports Somalia Association, we have the Kenya PUBG Mobile League, we have Riverose Foundation Kenya, and we also have N8 Bravo. That's actually a player, most of you know him from the competitive scene, just known as Bravo. So big shout out to him as well. And a big shout out to the viewers, the people watching the live, the people liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much for that. And as we continue the game, I can see Rage already has a couple of fans there in the comment section. I don't know where Rage is tonight. Yesterday, Rage was on fire. We saw how many times they got the chicken dinner. So I don't know if that's going to be the case tonight for Rage Esports. Are they going to be dominating, making it to the top 2 or the top 3? Depending on how they decide to take on these fights. But let's see how this plays out. Relentless Esports already engaging in a fight. You can see the first knock there. One of their players is already down. That is Nate. Tactical team is right across them where they are right now. We're going to be seeing a couple of fights, of course, here and there between Relentless Esports and the tactical team. For tactical team, to be honest, they're always landing in Yasnaya Poliana, and there's no way they're going to change that. Relentless Esports, same thing. They're always landing in Yasnaya Poliana. Yesterday, we actually had different teams coming to Yasnaya as well. So for tonight has changed a little bit. You don't have those teams here with us. But we did have some change there. We saw that these players decided that they want to go for that fight. The last game was actually very interesting because teams were no longer scared of going back to the lobby. They were basically engaging in every single chance they got. Project X, they're getting closer to the players from later esports. We're yet to see any fight. We have a later esports player, Bomboclat, just holding here, doesn't want to change his position, doesn't want to move a muscle. He's just snaking it out. Beautiful sandals there. And he just crouched, and I don't think they had him. Actually, Knight had him. We have the damage there from Bomboclat, and Knight is down. That means we are going to be seeing something happening here. Later esports is going to be forced to take on a fight against the players from tactical team. Project X. I was thinking about tactical team. Sorry about that. But then Project X is already having one of their players down. That is Knight. And we are going to be seeing later esports going in for that push. Sticks spotting another Project X player. Beautiful spray. Doesn't get the damage or the knock there yet. But Tix is not losing hope. Kart is also closing in. We can see the players from Project X now trying to get closer to the players from later esports. Knight there has been taken back. So we, of course, you need as many placement points, as many kill points as possible just to make it to the finale. 10 teams going to the finale. Is your team going to be amongst that team? We have teams that are actually far out in the blue zone. The Island Bros, the ladies yesterday were actually doing a really good job. Someone said if the ladies win a chicken dinner, he's going to give the Bugatti. So if you're watching the live, please psych up the Island Bros. Island Bros are ladies from Kenya. So, yes, you can go ahead and give them a big shout out just to show you're supporting them as they play this game so that they can get the chicken dinner. And then we can have someone gifted that Bugatti. By someone, I mean Mitch. But yeah, we can have someone being gifted a Bugatti as the game continues. So go ahead and hit the comment section there. Continue shouting out Alan Bros. Make sure they get the chicken dinner because we need to see some Bugattis flying in this game. Later, esports are still looking at Project X. They are right in front of them. Kart does get some damage on ticks, but he's still going to go for that vehicle, trying to change his position where he is. Rozok is looking a little bit unsafe to be in right now. And I'm going to take a quick peek at the zone just to see what is happening. We still have Pain Africa landing at the usual spot in Pochinki. Places like Milta now, teams have left Milta. TDS Power are leaving that place. So we have Rage Esports, the team with the most fans in the comment section, holding mansion. Yes, Neapoliana still has tactical team. It seems like Relentless Esports change at their position there. They decided to go far away from his Neapoliana. Initially, they were stuck there. Ruins is also a little bit crowded because Pain Africa is going towards Ruins, and in Ruins we also have Invincibles right there at the same place. We have LELENA Esports in the game as well. We can see them holding the edges of uh, Georgia Pole. They're coming towards Ruins. So we'll wait to see if they're going to encounter Invincibles or not. We have a team there, the Island Bros, going towards the safe zone now. We don't have Generation Z giving us the very interesting zone rotations because I'm still amazed that Generation Z saw that staying in the ocean, all right, was the best and safest place to be in. And it actually worked because they got their placement points. I don't know how they figured that out, but, only top 10 are making it to the finale. So we want to see which teams are going to be making it because as soon as you land in the finals, that means you have a sure bet of getting something from the $2,000 prize pool. So I hope you guys are really fighting towards getting that because if you're not, then it's going to be passing you because it's easy. It's anyone for the win at this point. Now, Generation Z are finally a plane from the middle of the zone. That's also interesting and actually a better call from the IGL. We have the Invincibles players getting engaged with the Pain Africa. One of the teammates from Invincibles that is killed is already down. And Pain Africa Venom is still looking for a way to get a second knock or even get a Thurston kill. And Project X as well has the Mao Esports joining them in that fight. That means a lot of fights are now happening. Second phase of the zone, everyone is ready to take on the fight. Spiky and his teammates are now retreating, going away from that fight. Kill is still down. They cannot get the revive because we need to get our points up, and this fight is too early in the game, and it is not possible for us to engage. We still have 19 teams in the game. Invincibles against encounters another team. Zeus, MORIS, that's gonna knock their own Shakid, the sneakiest player in the game. We talked about him last that first day of the semi-finals and how he survived all that. We have Zeus still taking on Pain Africa as well. Invincibles might be lucky this time because if the Pain Africa team is distracted, they can easily go towards the safe zone. We are just in the second phase of the zone. In the next few minutes, we're going to be going to the third phase of the zone. There's another team right in front of Invincibles. That is TDS Power. Spikey is spotting them. I think he's just waiting for a chance to see what is going to happen there. You can see change his position just so that the vehicle cannot be heard because as soon as you sit on the driver's seat, someone can hear the vehicle. It's basically logic even in real life. Once you switch your car on, everyone can hear it. So that's basically, I think, the same logic Spikey is using there. We have the Zeus players are the ones who are making it hard for Pain Africa right now to take on Invincibles. We have players like TDS Power supporting Invincibles as well. So there's going to be a push happening there. But as the zone is closing in, yes, Napoliana, LELENA Esports does go towards Yesnaya Poliana. Tactical team goes towards Yesnaya Poliana as well. Later Esports towards Yesnaya Poliana. I don't know why everyone is choosing that side, but if it seems safe for you, then why not go ahead and use that side? We have TDS and Invincibles will be encountering each other because of how they have rotated and watching each other there. We have the Island Bros, the ladies. We have Mimoido, we have Skylar, Kyra, and 777. Like I said, give them a big shout out in the comment section. We need them to win these games that we can get, hey, we really, really need that Bugatti, to be honest. We really need it. And Hi, Element, how are you? I'm good. So I hope you're enjoying the live as well. And as we look at what is happening here, Rage Esports already engaging in a fight against a later esports. I don't know where they encountered each other, but that seems to be near Napoliana. Rage Esports player, their tacos is already down, and we need them to show us why they have a lot of fans in the comment section. Why do we have people coming and giving a Rage Esports a big shout out? We really need to see it later. Esports players. They are waiting on the players of Rage as they try to get their revive. Danger is not that close to his teammates. The only person remaining from his team. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy to go against Rage Esports. I mean, they have a whole following here in the comment section, so they need to really do their best. Spain Africa player is already down there. Fireboy and Venom now being the only duo remaining from their team. Tries to go for the revive. Beautiful, perfect spray from TDS Afra, and he gets that knock there. We have one person remaining from Pain Africa. Will be forced to engage in that fight there. Venom chooses not to engage. The damage there, Venom is quite low. Might not be able to make it to a safe place because right in front of him, there's another team as well. And if there is part of Venom, they'll be taking him back to lobby. But we are yet to see if that's going to be the case. But then his teammates, Fireboy, have been taken. Fireboy and the other knocked teammate, I don't know how to say his name, sorry, has also been taken back to lobby. And it seems like our ladies are also getting knocked there. Kyra is down. I don't know why. But we need them to stand strong. We need that Bugatti to be given to people. If not me, then maybe one of the viewers can get the Bugatti, you know. But we have not forgotten that comment. They said if the SL ladies get a chicken dinner, we are getting a free Bugatti. We need that Bugatti, ladies. Come on and give us that Bugatti. LELENA Esports. Still doing their thing there. We have a later esports passing by, and they can see LELENA having Generation Z passing by, and they can see them. We have Never Die esports players Stella, Mine, Pardin, and Vimes as well are in the game. They're going to be trying to see if they can take on the players from Zeus. Actually, yes, they are. Zeus Paradox does try to get the vehicle there. Beautiful spray from the Never Die player, but then doesn't really get a knock. The knocks actually was almost happening, but then the damage was just not enough. Stella, they're getting knocked. I mean, you tried to mess with fire, but then you're the one who gets burnt right now. Zeus getting a knock directly on the players there while they try to get a knock as well on Zeus Moris. So Never Die Esports right now is feeling the pressure of getting the revive. Generation Z losing players as well to Relentless Esports, a team I haven't seen doing their best. I know they can do better. I just don't know what is happening so far. They haven't gotten their chicken dinners. They haven't gotten their points up yet. So they really need to, do that thing. Azus Morris, they're trying to get some damage on the players there as they try to get the revive. Never Die Esports. Okay, interesting. SL Mimoida as well, being taken back to lobby. We can see Zeus Morris holding the same compound now. Players are feeling pressured. Everyone is getting closer to each other. SL 777 is down. Take it all the way back to lobby. The Island Bros are losing this fight, guys. And we need the chicken dinner. We have Generation Z with Relentless Esports right beneath them. The nades are connecting, but then they're not really getting any knocks. The nade does go in again, doesn't get any damage on Generation Z. Relentless Esports players need to start moving in because the players from Generation Z are not going to move a muscle. They're feeling comfortable where they are. The beautiful spray there from Zeus, that's got a good amount of damage on TDS, but then it's not really a knock. He can only do as much as wait for him to pick because the vehicle is already damaged. Generation Z players, you can see Thomas, they're holding it, camping it out. They have DBSs at hand. They have an S12K. You pushing that building might just be your worst mistake right now. But let's see how that plays out for Relentless Esports and Generation Z. You have people watching the fight from afar, third part in these fights, getting the knocks on players as they try to get the push. So Relentless Esports and Generation Z right now are basically surrounded. They have people third part in the fights. Their nades are getting cooked up, but is the nade going to be what they need? Fast knock in by the DBS, the Gen Z player there. Thomas stands trying to do his thing, but then unfortunately, Relentless Esports, I've said it, Relentless Esports, to be honest, they can do better. We know that. We saw it during the group stage. So I don't know what happened in the semi-finale, but I'm hoping that this time, third day of the semi-finale, I'm hoping that they're going to be improving in terms of how they're handling the fight or how they have anything going on. But let's see what happens here, what's going to be expected to happen. But we have a beautiful spray there from Invincible player Spiky. Let's see. Let's see something here. All right, beautiful sprays there. Nice spray from the players from Project X. Trying to get some damage on TDS that are right in front of them. We have Zeus Morris as well. Just passing by. I don't know what Zeus Morris' plan is because one of their teammates just went outside. And oh, okay, they're trying to get rotations happening here. They're actually around. They have Team Unique player there, Madman. Does get a knock on Zeus Morris. That is the first call to go for that push. We have nades getting cooked up here. But are we going to be seeing anything conclusive happening there? We have a Khalid, man of the match there from Relentless Esports, really trying to live up to the name of his team. But is it going to be enough for him to do that thing when it comes to the third day of the semi-finale? Zeus Morris, Logic, is actually trying to find a way. For Zeus Morris, I am trying to see Zeus Morris yesterday were also doing a really good job. We had them getting a lot of points throughout the games, even though at some point some of them they went back to lobby too early in the game. But it still did pay out for Zeus Morris. They got some points. So I think for tonight, they're looking for a way to do it a little bit better. They're trying to see how they're going to work it out and maybe get their chicken dinners up and something along that line. But let's see how this is going to be played out because for Zeus Morris, they have Unique holding them there. They cannot move a muscle. The zone is closing in. They're going to the fifth phase of the zone. The damage is going to be really high on the Zeus team. And Morris there, they need to get to the zone as well because right now the damage is not as low as it was in the first phase of the zone. Another knock is in, and now last player from Zeus Morris is going to be forced to take on the players from Unique. But then that's not the case because they are disadvantaged in terms of numbers, and the zone is also quite damaging as well. We can see what is happening here. Teams are now looking towards to go the safe zone. The LELENA ESPORTS are trying to smoke out the place. The zone is about to close in. Yes, now Poliana is the safest place to be in. Last player there from LELENA has been spotted and taken all the way back. So it'll be Blacklist player Emperor tries to make it to the zone. I mean, it's not really working for anyone right now. Everyone is literally everywhere. Blacklist, 2 players down, 1 Kuz and Ronaldo. The only people are still standing from their team. So I don't know how they're going to be handling this, to be honest, because a lot is happening at the same time. The zone is closing in. They have a lot of third-party fights. Skylar needs herself. Nah. Island Bros, we need the Bugatti. We need that Bugatti, Island Bros. You have 3 more games to get at that Bugatti. Just need a winner. Chicken dinner, and the Bugatti is for anyone, either me or someone from the viewer, from the spectators, from the people watching the live stream. Probably they're the ones who are going to be getting the Bugatti. But for Blacklist right now, the tables are not really looking good for them. They have to start going towards the safe zone. It is closing in. 5th phase of the zone. 2 players were down. They have been able to get the revive. But now, will they be able to get to the safe zone before any other team third parties the fight and stops them from making it to the zone? Relentless right now, losing players one by one. Nate is down. You can see the Nate's getting cooked up by Mao Esports. Zeus there, holding it tight to the B zone. We can see the pre-fires. But are they going to be getting anything? He's actually very ready for that fight. You can see him pre-firing his teammates. That means he is ready for anyone that comes towards him. But then the S12K versus the B zone. That's going to be a very tough fight to win there. But let's see how that's going to play out. We have Mount Esports player Stanik being the only person remaining from his team. And then Khalid does come into the S12K, goes against Stanik's S12K as well and takes him all the way back to lobby. So GG still Relentless Esports. Now we have just 10 teams remaining. We started with 19 teams, and 9 teams have been taken back to lobby. The zone is getting smaller. Yesnaya Poliana is a big map. I mean, teams can hold Yesnaya. All the teams in the game can come to Yesnaya Poliana. The 10 teams crowd Yesnaya, and still nothing will change. I mean, people will still be able to survive unless you have nades. Then you can basically camp it out in Yesnaya Poliana. We have Project X players there. A lot of nades being cooked up. Rage Esports cooking up nades. Our teams right now ready to use up the nades. You can hear the fire literally everywhere. Never Die Esports taking on Red. So, Red is in the game. They have been quite quiet. Interesting. Rage Esports trying to smoke out the place here. They need to make it to a nice, safe place. I mean, that nade is cute though. If that nade knocks you, you can't complain. Just go back to lobby happy because you were knocked in a beautiful manner. All right, we have the players there from Team Unique going in for that push. Never Die Esports as well are still in the same place. Rage Esports as well in the same building. Teams are getting naded all the way back to lobby. Project X has been eliminated. The DBSs, the Kobe's, everything is being used to get those fights happening. Yes, now Poliana is no longer a safe place for any team right now as long as the team has a nade. they can easily take you back to lobby. We have the nades, they're getting cooked up. Unique, their team Unique holding the nades. We have Relentless Esports taking on Blacklist with nades as well. I don't know how many nades the players are holding, but you can see every single player either has a grenade or a molly just to use it in these fights. But again, guys, if you're watching the live stream, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing the live. As long as you're here in the live stream, make sure the likes match the number of people watching the live stream. I'd really, really appreciate it, guys, because we are here and we have the East Africa Clash Games live on your screens, brought to you by GP Esports. Another team does by the dust there. The nades are definitely connecting. We have a Blacklist there being eliminated. Relentless Esports now is ready to fight back. You can see what is happening. I mean, it is what it is there. You cannot say anything. Just say whatever comes your way. You better find your way of surviving. Nades are still flying in. Never Die Esports losing players to tactical team. Red, so another team bites the dust there, goes all the back to lobby. And we have just 7 teams remaining. Rage Esports still in the game. The team with the most fans in the comment section. That's actually something that was very interesting. When the game was starting, we had people coming and saying, Rage Esports, we are here for you guys. Relentless Esports taking all their back to lobby. GG's to you guys. Invincibles right now trying to make it to the safe zone. Spiky is no longer the safest place. The zone is damaging this guy. Zaber as well. They need to get it to the safe zone. We have players from tactical team holding it by the edge of the zone. It is going to close in and they're going to be forced to move. Rage Esports and I believe Rage Esports and Team Unique are the only teams that are safe in the zone right now. Every other team has to make it towards the safe zone, and Rage Esports and Team Unique might just be having the best night tonight, and they will watch this and third party as much as possible. And we can see tactical team they're trying to get nades on Nevada Esports. Stella is damaged. We have Era cooking up another nade. Is it gonna be a Kobe on Stella, or is it gonna be one of the players from Nevada Esports? The damage, the pre-fires from literally everyone. One of the players from Nevada has been spotted. Red, so that's getting knocked there. And of course, it is GG's to you, Red, so as well. And now we have just 4 teams remaining. Rage Esports isn't going to move a muscle because they are still safe in the safe zone right now. Invincibles are trying to get closer. Tactical team as well. One of the players, Torfinho, is down. We have Beno Baby cooking up another nade. They're ready to take on Unique now. The nades are getting cooked up. The nades are getting the damage, but we're not seeing any knock yet. Beno Baby as well are trying to cook up nades. Era, Stone, watching this fight. Basically, they cannot go for that push because there are some players right above them, and they might be getting that knock on them as they try to make it to the safe zone. Stone does make it to the building. With the 4 teams remaining right now, Beno Baby trying to cook up the nades right now. They have Team Unique right in front of them as well. Rage Esports right next to them in the building. Invincibles feeling a little bit safe because the building they're holding right now, no one is their tactical player. Thorfino goes in the molly, does get himself cooked, but then the nade needs to get cooked as well. He needs to get a knock with that nade, but they cannot move. Invincibles watching from afar. Mollies are still coming towards tactical team. I mean, it's literally basically a frying pan in these buildings. No one is safe. Everyone is getting cooked. A Team Unique tries to go for that push. Rage Esports right above them, sees him, and they get a knock. Tactical team as well are going in for that push. DBS in hand. I don't know how they're going to survive this, but the zone is getting smaller. Torfinho, tactical team player, Beno Baby, is getting spotted there by Heli, cooking up another nade. Is it going to be a Kobe on him? The tactical player as well is cooking up a nade. You can see the damage on Stone. I mean, no one is a safe. 4 teams are just now poorly enough. The buildings are tall enough. Let's go, Era. A beautiful knock there with the DBS. A nice pre-fire. Basically, he was being waited on, but then he got that knock there. We can see another push happening. Era is low. Torfinho as well is low. Beno Baby is on 0 HP, but then he's still surviving. Trying to cook up another nade there on the players from Rage Esports. Get some damage, but then doesn't really get a knock happening. Invincibles watching this fight from afar as well. They are not engaging at any point. A Team Unique taking on the players from tactical team. And you can see what is happening. Teams are being taken down one by one. Stone does try to use a DBS, but then he's surrounded. 2 players in. Torfinho goes in with the S12K, gets 2 knocks immediately. I mean, that's what you like about the S12K and the DBS. Is there's just something about these 2 guns. If you can use it well, you can be just like Torfinho, just 2 direct taps and he gets 2 players down. He's now low. Invincibles players Zaber and Spiky going in for that push. Zaber does finish healing up, so does Torfinho. And he's ready to go for that push again. Spiky cooking up another nade, but then Thorfinho is no longer there. We have a player from Team Unique just waiting patiently there by the edge. He needs to cook up that nade well. He needs to get it right above this boulder, and we'll be having a knock on Madman. But then they are not aware. You can see how Madman is patient. I told you something about Lobby A and Lobby C. Everyone's favorite is in this game. But I mean, violence. We are here for the violence. If you can watch all the Madman. No way. The S1 does get a knock there on a tactical player, Torfinho. Seems like Madman did overthrow him there with the title of the best shotgun user. Three teams now remaining: Invincibles, Unique, and Regi Sports. Regi Sports hasn't moved from right above everyone else, okay? They have waited it out. They have waited for people to take each other all the way back to lobby, and then they'll see whether it is time for us to engage or not. But so far, so good. Regi Sports is sailing on everyone's downfall right now. As long as you go in for that push, you might not be having the time of your night there. It's just going to be a little bit crazy. But then we have our Team Unique right beneath where we have Rage Esports, Invincibles as well, right on the right hand side where we have the players from Rage Esports. One person remains from Team Unique, that is the maddest man of them all with the shotgun, the S1. He's ready to do that thing. But then, guys, we have 100 and something plus people watching the live, but then the likes don't really match the people watching. So guys, if you can hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you're yet to sub, hit that sub button, because it is your girl Mitch Gaming, and I'm bringing you the action live when it comes to the East Africa Clash Games semi-finale day 3. And we have Invincibles still waiting patiently. Unique as well. One player remains from Unique, 2 from Invincibles. Regi Sports has 2 players as well. Imagine what will happen if the solo, okay, Madman, right? If a Madman takes out the remaining 2 teams, or the 2 teams, Regi Sports takes out Invincibles, or Invincibles takes out Regi Sports, and Madman enjoys the end of the fight where one of them is low or one is knocked, the other is quite low. That's going to be something interesting to see. But we can see Pew Pew. Nice name. Just waiting there. We have the players there. Unique. The zone is now closing in. It's just about every man for himself. Madman being a solo. Oh, let's get it. Pew Pew does get Zabber, and now Madman does join the party. Like I said, him being a solo might just be what we need. But then again, he's just but a solo, and Regi Sports are the ones who take on the winner chicken dinner when it comes to the first game in the semi-finale for day 3. I called it, I said it, the violence was going to be there. It is day 3, guys, okay? Day 3 in the semi-finals, and this is how it looks like. I don't know about you guys, but there's just something about tonight's lobby. These guys are ready to tear each other down. We need our points. Top 10 to the finals. As long as I make it to the finals, I'm getting something from $2,000. Then I'd rather camp it out like the Madman there from Unique and get my points up. So GG's again to you, Madman. Yes, it was quite tight there. You didn't have the numbers. But then Rage Esports, the game started. Rage had fans in the comment section saying, we're here for Rage Esports, Rage Esports, Rage Esports. And it has finally paid out. GGC Rage Esports winner chicken dinner for you guys. Looking at the stats, we have Slazy getting 1 elimination, dealing a damage of 488. We have Pew Pew, 1 elimination, a damage of 393. Apollo getting 2 eliminations, a damage of 329. Tacos getting 1 elimination, a damage of 296. So, GG's again to you, Rage Esports. And beautiful basically support from every player. We have Rage Esports getting 15 points from that game. Tiny Team Unique at 15, Relentless getting 14, Blacklist 9, Tactical Team, Never Die Esports, and Invincibles all getting 8 points. We have Zeus, Maurice, Unity Force, and Pain Africa together at Red getting 4 points each from that game. Project X getting 3, Later Esports are getting 2 points together with TDS Power, Mao Esports getting 1, Lelena Esports 1, Nightmare, and Island Bros are getting 0 points from that game. Again, GG's to you, Rage Esports, for the winner chicken dinner. Looking at the man of the match tonight, we have relentless player Nate. Does get 8 eliminations, a damage of 1080, 0 assists, 6 knockouts, and survives a total of 23 minutes and 18 seconds. GG's to you, relentless esports player Nate, for getting man of the match when it comes to the first game of the night in Erangel for the East Africa Clash Games semi-finale day 3. Again, GG's to you, Nate. Looking at the head-to-head stats now, Rage Esports versus Team Unique. We have Rage getting 5 eliminations and Team Unique getting 9. Rage dealing a damage of 1,506 with Team Unique dealing a damage of 1,917. Rage Esports with 6 knockouts and Team Unique with 13. Total time in the blue, we have 8 seconds for Rage Esports and Team Unique spending 0 seconds in the blue zone. So that does say something, because you can see they seem to have really planned out their game there. We are going to have a quick look at how the zone did the rotation, how the teams really made the calls there, how the IGLs decided to take the rotations for this first game in Erangel. And just let's have a quick look at what the winners, Rage Esports, were up to, because they were nowhere in the scene, okay? They were just holding it tight. They started, yes, in Esnaya Poliana. They had some unnecessary, not really Esnaya, Milta Power. Then they went to Esnaya Poliana. And you can see they went directly from there all the way to Esnaya Poliana from the second phase of the zone. And when they got there, that is when now the violence began. Initially, they were having a fight against Tactical Team. One of their teammates was down. They got the revive, where you can see them crowding there. And then they went and entered the Napoleon. And now you can see the teams started closing as well. We had teams coming from school. Zeus, MORIS coming from all the way there. We had Rozok had teams. But then when the zone shifted, so did everyone else. You can see Mao Esports are using the upper side of his Napoleon, coming towards his Naya. LELENA Esports as well. They came towards this Naya mansion, was occupied, but then when they changed their position, they just had the say and everything just changed. People were exposed to fights. People started going towards this Naya. You can see what is happening. Teams were now going towards the side. Some of them did not even make it to the zone, because there were teams waiting in the blue zone, just waiting for them to make it to the safe zone and stop them before they did it. And you can see that's exactly what happened there. And when Rage Esports finished their fight there, they decided to go in as Napoleana. They held the same building without moving a muscle for the longest time possible, and they had to start and now engaging in fights. Tactical Team was there, Nevada Esports came in, Team Unique came in as well. I mean, everyone was just in the middle of all the fights, and they had no chance of surviving this. But they had just the best calls. The IGL told them to have composure. They thought they took their fights right. They maintained their locations. And I mean, with that, Rage Esports got their winner chicken dinner. I mean, it has been a beautiful night, first game of the day. And we're going to be going for a short break. And before we come back, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, guys. Second game of the night for the semi finale, day three. And it is the last day of the semi final. So it is basically the last day when it comes to Group A and Group C. And they have to really try their best, and I mean their best, to get as many points as possible from these last games. They have only 4 matches to play tonight. They have played the first match, that is Erangel. We're going into the second match, it is Miramar, and they need to get their chicken dinner right. Rage Esports hasn't disappointed their fans. Like I said, just make sure you're giving your team the shout out and you'll get the win that they deserve. Rage Esports, when the live began, they had fans there and they have not disappointed. And as we look at the flight path right now in the second map, we can see it coming from Prison all the way to El Azhar. And of course, we can see some teams have gone to the landing spots. We're going to be seeing a couple of third parties here and there. So before we get to see how they're going to third party each other, let's have a quick look at how you guys are faring there in the live. How you guys feeling? Are you enjoying the live stream? Are you staying hydrated? Have you liked the live stream? Have you subscribed to Mitch Gaming's YouTube channel just to show your support for these beautiful, beautiful games? Big shout out to GPE for this beautiful production. And a big shout out as well to our sponsors. We have the Esports Somalia Association. We have a Kenya PUBG Mobile League. We have a River Rose Foundation Kenya. And the player N8 Bravo, or some of you just know him as Bravo, for contributing and making this event a success. A big shout out to all our sponsors there. Now, as the Safe Zone has decided where it's going to be, it is looking as it's going to be on the eastern side of Miramar. There we have teams in Los Leones, Impala as well. Has some teams along that side. La Benita seems to have no one. I don't know why. Tactical team last game was, they seemed like they were going to have it, guys. They almost have it, but had it. But then you saw what happened there. We had a man of the DBS there, of the S12K, sorry, and that was Torfinho. And we expected him to, do it again. But then the madman there from Unique came again with the S1 and took him down with a shotgun as well. So that's also quite interesting. But as we can see right now, Generation Z taking on the players from Zeus. And Knock, one of the players from Gen Z, Thomas, is down. And you can see now that they are trying to get the comeback there. Zaki are going in for that push damage from the Zeus Morris players as they try to stop him from getting the third stop in Blacklist. Third party for 5. Basically have 3 teams at the same place. I mean, the game has just started. And the violence is fresh, guys. I haven't even had a breather. The violence in game 1 was everywhere. But then it's fine. We have Generation Z player Kazuz there. We can see him getting spotted by Blacklist player Gizi. When Kazuz is going to be being forced to find a way of maybe changing his position. Zeus Morris joined the fight from afar, getting one knock on the Blacklist players. It is too early in the game. Some teams have already lost players. Generation Z is down 3 players, leaving on 1 player remaining. That is Kazuz. That means he's going to be forced to retreat and maybe wait for a later time to engage in a fight. Okay. So far, Blacklist players are still playing it safe there. I don't know where they're going to be going or what the plan is. But Gen Z player Kazuz, he has only one option, and that is just to keep it safe. And if keeping it safe means camping, if it means murifeing your way to victory, running as far away as possible, then I think that's what Kazuz is going to be choosing to do tonight. Looking at the safe zone now, we have Rage Esports, Los Leons, Mao Esports as well, Los Leons. Redso seems to be going towards that side as well. Impala seems to have a team there as well. And it's the Aesthetic Extremes. We have Unique in San Martin. They have another team around there where they are, and that is LELENA Esports. We have Junkyard, one team that is TDS Power. Pain Africa in El Hazar. We have basically in Miramar right now, people are not really that close. Apart from where we had Blacklist, Generation Z, Zeus Morris, That's where we had some early fights. But as of now, we can have a quick look at our lady there, Moido from Sassy Lass. SL is the Island Bros, and they're ladies, guys. And I told you, give them a shout out, please, because we need a chicken dinner from them so that we can get a free Bugatti. Because without that, guys, we don't have vehicle skins in the game, and we need someone from the viewers to win a Bugatti from one of our nice people there who say that if the ladies win, um, then they're going to be giving out a free Bugatti. TDS Power here as well, just moving around, trying to get to a safe place. So far, as we know, Miramar is quite a slow map sometimes. It takes some time for people to engage in early fights. It takes some time before, apart from people that land together because of how big Miramar is, usually it takes us some time before we can have anything happening, before we can have any fights or because for Miramar, as soon as we make it to, I believe, around the third phase of the zone, that's where we're going to be seeing a lot of third party fights happening. We have a horse rider here. That is Red So Ghost going towards the player there. Slazy is gotten from the back by Pew Pew, taken all the way back to lobby there. Quite unfortunate for him. Red So Terry now and his teammate Lexi and Tebri are going to be forced to go towards the safe zone because already they have lost a couple of one player that is Ghost. But for Generation Z, uh, that is GG's for them. They have been taken back to lobby. Unfortunately, one Kuz wasn't able to get far away without getting spotted. And that did make him be taken back to lobby. So GG's to you again, Generation Z, for that game. Looking at now the safe zone, it is closing in. We're going to the second phase of the zone. San Martin is still occupied. There we have Team Unique and LELENA Esports. When you look at Chuma Sera, we also have Zeus Morris on that side, Blacklist going toward the safe zone. Later esports, when it came to day one for their games there, they did do a good job. They got their points up. They got the chicken dinners. But then when it comes now to lobby A and C, it seems like that's not really the case here. Later esports needs to re-strategize or compared to their initial strategy that they had when they were starting the game for the East Africa Clash semi-finale day one. With just one team in lobby, that is Generation Z. We have 18 teams still in the game. In less than 2 minutes, the teams are going to be forced to go to their safe zones, playing Africa, doing the rotations now, looking for a safe place to be in. We're going to be seeing if there are going to be anything happening where they are right now. But then you have a player passing by TDS. Let's get some damage on them. We have Hafra watching this fight from afar. Just getting some damage with the Mini 14 with the 8 scope on the Mini 14. That's getting a good amount of damage there. Oh, actually a good knock on Pain Africa. So we have a Mini 14 champion there. That is Hafra. And he's not disappointing because that knock was actually perfect. He got that player from the baggy while he was moving. So we have to say GG's on that. And for Pain Africa right now, they have Lemon there trying to get for that push. Already one of their teammates from Pain Africa is down. And of course, his goal was to get the thirst happening. Fireboy right now has to figure out a comeback. Just 2 nades in the back. This could be either Kobe or Lemon will be going in for that push. But then he doesn't really stop cooking up the nade. He doesn't. We have the first knock in. Lemon does miss the shot there with the S12K, and Fireboy does get him down. And you can see now the push is happening. Pain Africa player Pony getting a knock there as well. Venom giving the cover fire. That leaves only just one person remaining, and that is Venom. I don't know what Venom's plan is going to be, but then TDS Power has 3 players down. The best thing for him to do right now is either go ahead and try and get the last player from TDS Power as he gets a revive, or go ahead and try to get a push up in there. Does get a damage on Smug. Doesn't really have a knock there, but he needs to cook up that nade because Smug now will be going in for that push. He's ready to go for that push. And Pain Africa, another team taken back to lobby. The game is just getting started. We're about to go to the third phase of the zone, and now teams are getting closer to each other. We have Pain Africa, Generation Z have been taken back to lobby. Now that leaves only 17 teams remaining Believe it or not, you can tell me in the comment section. But then the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash games are not as easy as some people thought it was going to be. You're basically going against the best of the best in all the 6 regions right now, because 2 regions didn't make it to this stage. Unfortunately, that was Tanzania and Uganda, because Uganda, we didn't get as much teams. But again, also, if you know people from Uganda, uh, please direct them to us. And maybe the next time when you have such an event, they get to be a part of it. But from the 6 teams that are here, where we have Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Mauritius, and Madagascar, these countries have the best of the best playing these games. And you can see what it is showing us tonight. The violence is, I mean, unexpected. There is no single team that you can say that this team is basically a free kill. There is no single team that you can say that. So yes, these games are not easy. In the comment section, if you think it's easy, please say it's easy, and say the team you think you can go against without losing a single fight to them. And we'll see if that's the case or not later. Esports there, having one of their teammates are knocked down. Rage Sports are still leading in terms of points. Red So seems to be losing players as well. We have the Rage Sports players trying to cook up nades towards Red, so doesn't really get any damage happening. But then Slazy does come on the right side and does get a knock with the DBS, taking the player from Red. So Stress, all the way back to lobby. And now Stress has been knocked as well. And now Glissy will be forced to do a whole clutch just to save his team, because already they're down numbers, and the only thing they can do is try and catch up, because whatever is happening now is not an advantage to them at any given point. You have them red, so they are getting damaged as well. The player Glizzy, the only person remaining from the team, is getting damaged as he tries to do his best to do that thing. And the zone does decide that it's going to be going towards Impala. I really wish it had most of the water in the safe zone, and then probably we'll be having a lot of violence happening there. But then unfortunately, PUBG doesn't want to make you guys a hassle for your chicken dinners. Then again, a big reminder: the prize pool is $2,000, and every team that makes it to the finale will be standing a chance of getting a part of the prize pool. And for the semi-finale, we're only going to be taking 10 teams to go to the finals, because that is where the money is. Tactical team trying to make it to the safe zone right now. They don't seem to be making the right call, because they're using their meds and they're not really engaging. They're using the meds because they're getting damage from the blue zone. So that's not really a good call coming from them. We have Reggie Spots taking on the players from LELENA. I don't know what LELENA is up to right now, but then TT Sexy there has been taken back to lobby. The Island Bros now choosing to engage in a fight against Never Die Esports. Our ladies are ready to show they can do that thing. The lady there, Kyra, does get damaged. Kyla as well gets a little bit damage on her end. And now the nades are getting cooked up. You can hear the nades getting thrown towards them. Cover SL. Kalmia to SL, we got you forbidden. Beautiful sprays there, but then Never Die Esports does get an off there on SL. SL777 as well is down. The ladies are trying their best to survive, but then only one person remains, and that is Mimoy, that does get a knock immediately. Thirsting the player there, Never Die Stella, is right next to them. 777 has been taken back to lobby. Same to Mimoy though, by Team Unique as the third party that fight. GGCU Island Bros, our dear ladies, have been taken back to lobby. Now we have a Team Unique going towards Never Die Esports, and they're going to be engaging in this fight because already Never Die Esports is a little bit disadvantaged. One of their players was knocked. They're getting the revive. They just got a trio remaining. Another knock is in. Stellar is down, and we have Ziz trying to cook up a nade. We're going to be seeing a Kobe. We have one of the players going in for that flank, Parjin. Does try to get a push happening there. Stella is still down. I don't know if they're going to be getting the revive, but then a beautiful spray there from Beam. He gets a good amount of damage. Doesn't really get a knock there. Parajin getting pushed there is flanked, and you can see the damage from the player from Team Unique. They get him from the side, and now one person remains from Never Die Esports, and he tries to go in for that push. Doesn't really get reflex, and Legacy takes on the last player all the way back to lobby. GG's. Yes, it is Speedy who said he's going to be giving out a free Bugatti if the Island Bros, our ladies from Kenya, get a chicken dinner, man. We needed that Bugatti, guys. We need it. We need to have car skins in the game, right? But then they have two more games to live up to to maybe get us the Bugatti. But as of now, we have Relentless Esports. They seem to be engaging in a fight, ecstatic extreme here, Yonko, and his teammates have another team right next to them, and that is Zeus and Morris. I don't know what is going to be the case there for them, but Mao spots a player. Ooh, beautiful spray. But we have players literally everywhere. Aatrox getting the damage there with the DBS. Does miss a couple of shots. But then finally the last shot does connect and they have their last kill on the players of from Relentless Esports, taking them all the way back to lobby. GG's to you guys. And now we have just but 13 teams remaining in the game. We started with 19 teams. 6 teams have already been taken back to lobby. And you can see Blacklist there with Kobe's already take on Mao Esports. And we have one who's trying to go in for that push. The damage is there, of course, as he tries to go for that push. Gizzy watching from afar, probably getting another nade where they got that fast knock on Demonic would have been the best thing, because Aatrox right now is getting the revive, and I don't know if it's going to be lasting, because it's not looking good, bruv. It is not looking good for anyone right now. Zeus Morish as well has one of their players down. Blacklist is still holding it tight, waiting on the players from our esports. They have another team right above them, that is Red Soul. I don't know what Red Soul is going to be doing about their points right now, but they need to start getting their points up, because initially Red Soul was doing a good job yesterday. But as of tonight, they might be having a little bit of challenge, but as you can see, they're already in position 6. But then when the overall points are shown as soon as these games for tonight end, where will these teams be? Beautiful damage there from Blacklist. Player does get a knock on Aatrox, but then Demonic doesn't really stop, tries to make it to the safe zone. Everyone is holding the edges of the zone here, because the zone decided it's going to be right by the edges here, right next to Impala. And now everyone is trying to be there, trying to be on the safest place as much as possible just to get their points up. But then it does leave the edges of Impala, and now teams like Blacklist, Red Zone are going to be forced to go towards the safe zone. They have a couple of teams right next to them, and the fight will definitely happen. You can see now teams are closing in on each other. The knocks are definitely there. Blacklist, they take on the players from Mao Esports, taking them all the way back to lobby. And now we have Tactical Team trying to take out Later Esports as well. And for Later Esports, one of their players is already down. We also have Zeus Morris and Project X. They seem to be having a fight as well. So the zone is about to close in. Fights are happening basically literally everywhere. We have a team there like Invincibles, have one of their teammates down. Project X as well has a teammate down. And we have LELENA Esports watching from afar. The teammate TT Sexy is in lobby. And they're trying to get the damage on Mamba, but it's not going to be possible because he's in a shock. And there's nothing that they can do as of now. We have Knight trying to change the player's position, but then that move would have made them get knocked. And I'm sure Mamba is screaming right now, asking him, what are you doing, bro? Because you're exposing us to a lot of damage again. But if you're here already in the live, hit that sub button, hit that like button, guys. Make sure you're the reason the likes match the number of people watching. Like and like and like as much as you can. The nades are getting cooked up there. Later Esports trying to take on TDS Power. Hafra hooking up a nade as well towards Bomboclat, a name that I'm actually fond of saying. But we have Mag there trying to cook up a nade again. Bomboclat right above him. The nade but actually connect. Bomboclat has a few seconds to move. Look at Bomboclat's damage. The Molly might just cook him, take him down, and now you can see Mag cooking up another nade. They're going to get another knock on the Later Esports players. Might just be wiping out a team with just the throwables, the nades, the mollies. Gets another knock, and we have the players from Later Esports having a hard time, and we have third-party sprays there. Mag, is quite damaged, and he's trying to go for that push, trying to heal up, and we have the players there trying to get towards that knock. Oh, okay, wow. So what TDS player had on their teammates getting knocked here by Later Esports, but then luckily Mag stopped healing and went in for that push. So that was actually very, very close. Or else TDS Power will have been taken back to lobby there. We have just 10 teams remaining. We are going to the 6th phase of the zone. The fights are going to be happening concurrently. Project X losing players one by one. Zeus Morris as well getting a couple of knocks on their end. So we need to see which team is that team. Second game of the night, the last day of the semi-finale in the East Africa Clash Games. What is going to be the case right now? LELENA Esports are trying to cook up a nade on the players from Aesthetic Extreme. Yonko just smoking there. We want to see if that's going to be the case or not. But we have nades flying in. LELENA Esports trying to get the knocks there. TDS unfortunately seem to have been pushed there by Rage Esports. The zone is getting smaller. Only a few compounds are in the zone, and it has shifted now. Everyone has to come towards LELENA Esports. LELENA Esports, are you ready for the third party fights? Are you ready? Because the push that is going to be happening here is going to be one for the books. There we have Blacklist being taken back slowly. Beautiful spray there on Rage. A player Pew Pew, Beno Baby, two funny names, are now engaging in a fight against each other, and you can see what's happening there. Beno Baby does get some damage on Pew Pew, but then because there is no time, or rather there is no way that he can just go there and push and come back to maintain the safe zone, he can only watch from afar, get as much damage as possible as the games continue. LELENA Esports player there, Chill Boy. Seeing the Zeus Morris players getting closer. And we're going to be seeing whether they're going to be doing that thing there. We have Aesthetic Extreme player, has to be careful because that nade from Unique does get some damage on him, but then Yonko doesn't stop cooking up a nade because he can hear the player there. The nade might just get some damage on Zist, but then it doesn't, and we can have a push there from a Team Unique going towards Aesthetic Extreme player Yonko. He is quite low, so is the player from Unique, and then they're ready to go for that push. Yonko is down, taken all the way back to lobby, and now the teams are getting smaller by the minute. The zone is closing as well. This is a very tricky place to be playing right now. Tactical players will be forced to come in and engage in this fight, but then you can see Unique player does try every single angle to get the damage there on the player from LELENA Esports. He's basically dancing right there in the baggy Yojan, trying to get as many positions as possible not to get knocked. The players from LELENA Esports giving the cover, and we have nades flying in as well. The player from Unique has to be careful because one of these nades will be getting a knock on them. Unique players going towards the zone as well. Oh, Unique have been taken back to lobby. LELENA Esports now are trying to make it to the zone. I don't know how we dropped from 8 teams to 3 teams, but then whatever happened there, it does not make sense. Teams have been taken down by the zone. Some have been third party as they try to make it to the safe zone. We have just 3 teams remaining. Rage Esports, winners of game 1, are looking to have another chicken dinner. The Rage fans are now having the best day of their life because Rage Esports is not disappointing. Their Pew Pew is already down. So is LELENA Esports player Chill Boy. He is already knocked as well. And we want to see what's going to be happening there. Beautiful sprays there from Rage Esports player Tacos. Does get a damage on LELENA Esports player as he tries to get the revive. Only one player remains standing from Project X. He doesn't move a muscle. He doesn't expose his location because all he wants to do is get the last shot and get a winner chicken a dinner for his team right now. We have Tacos and his teammates are now looking to go towards the zone because in the next 5 seconds, the zone will be closing. The player there from Project X, that is Knight, are watching from afar. We don't know what his strategy is as of now. Rage Esports needs to find a way of surviving this because LELENA Esports is now closing in as well. We have Polo trying to cook up a nade. The smokes are literally everywhere. Everyone is trying to be as safe as they can. Nades are coming in from Rage Esports, are trying to get the knock there on the player from Project X. Tacos need to make it to the zone. The damage Tacos is quite low. Knight is just smoking the place there. We have a beautiful Kobe from Rage Esports. Polo does get a knock. LELENA Esports is basically sandwich Project X player. Knight does slim the chances for LELENA Esports to get the winner chicken dinner, and now Rage Esports might just be getting the second win of the night. They won game 1 in Erangel. They are now getting another chicken dinner in game 2. Knight is basically in the middle of a crossfire. Everything, the nades, the molies, the pre-fires, anything that these players from Rage Esports have, they will throw towards him. And now Knight might just be trying to get a wipe here, but then Polo does go in for that push, ready to go in with a DBS. M416, that's why to get the pre-fires, and you saw what Polo did. He didn't even look at him. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, guys, but if you want your team to get a chicken dinner, I can only tell you the only way to get a chicken dinner from your team is give them a shout out in the comment section. There is no way. Rage Esports, game 1 in Erangel, that was an easy, not even easy. It was actually very hard. But then Rage Esports, composure, yes, Napoleana, the pressure, they got the chicken dinner. They come in now, game 2. They're surrounded. LELENA Esports is there. Project X Solo Knight is also there. But then again, they did not lose hope. we have Rage Esports getting the second winner chicken dinner of the night. Rage Esports fans there in the comment section, I know they're not disappointed. I know they're happy, but so are we, the viewers, as we watch how they're planning their moves, how they're doing the rotations. Last zone fights for Rage Esports. They're basically crowding places with smokes and waiting patiently. They're not playing aggressively in the last fights. They're just taking their time. And we have their Slazy getting 3 eliminations, a damage of 443. We have Pew Pew, 5 eliminations, a damage of 499. Tacos getting 0 eliminations, a damage of 560. And we have Polo getting 4 eliminations, a damage of 295. GG's again to you, Rage Esports, a second win of the night there. You guys deserved it. And from this game alone, we have the players from Rage Esports getting 22 points, LELENA getting 12, Zeus, Moris, and Project X getting 11 each. Team Unique and TDS Power, 9 points each. Blacklist and Tactical Team, 5. Red Zone, Aesthetic Extreme, Later Esports, and Nevada Esports, each getting 3 points. Mao Esports and Invincible Stein at 2 points. Unity Force, Relentless Esports, Island Bros, and Generation Z each get 1 point from that game. Looking at the man of the match in tonight's game, we have TDS Mag. We also saw how he handled the fight. But yeah, we have him there getting 6 eliminations in a damage of 651. Getting 1 assist, survives a total of 18 minutes and 23 seconds, and gets a total of 4 knockouts from that game. GG's to you, man of the match, TDS Mag, for doing that thing and crowning yourself MVP for this match. Looking at the head-to-head, we had Rage Esports getting 12 eliminations, LELENA Esports getting 7, Rage getting 1,797 damage, with LELENA Esports dealing a damage of 1,376. Rage Esports getting 9, LELENA getting 5. Rage dealing a total of 13 seconds in the blue, and LELENA dealing a total of 0 seconds in the blue zone. But GG's to you guys for that beautiful, beautiful play there from Rage Esports. You guys deserved it, and we loved to see it. And now, just a quick look at what happened to the zone, how the teams took their rotations, how the teams saw the best places to hold when it came to this game, how they decided that we are going to be flanking here or not there, and why they didn't get their chicken dinner from LELENA, and why Rage got their chicken dinner. And you can see how the zone started. We had teams far away from the safe zone. Teams like Aesthetic Extreme had Impala. They had to stay there for just quite some time before people could engage in any fights, but they actually moved and went into the zone there and started to engage in fights. Place like Los Leons, there we had Mao Esports. They went towards that side as well. Hacienda. Oh, it is Junkyard. Junkyard was the most crowded place when it came to the fights. They stayed there for quite some time. LELENA Esports as well was on that side. Rage Esports also. There's something happening on that end. But you can see what happened. They came towards Impala. The zone started closing in. Tactical team had to be forced to go towards where we had players from LELENA Esports. They had to engage TDS Power as well. Coming from the northern side of the game, Invincibles came in a little bit late towards Impala. We had Project X player Knight there. I don't know when he lost the other teammates, but then fights happened a lot concurrently. I mean, we jumped from 8 teams to 3 teams with just one zone move. So you can see getting to see all those fights as they happened was not easy. But then teams were basically exposed to fights. Their people were not where they were supposed to be at the beginning and at the end of the game. And as the zone was closing in, we have teams that had been exposed to third-party fights. But then again, guys, we have to give a big shout out to Rage Esports. You can see they held that compound even as the zone was moving. They held the same place for quite some time. And that did lead them to having a chicken dinner, even though the Project X player Knight was waiting patiently right next to them. And we saw how they were composed. They took their time, did not forget about Knight, and also did not forget about LELENA Esports. And that, of course, did lead them to having the time of their life and getting another chicken dinner when it came to the second game of the night, and that is Miramar. Some teams, to be honest, we don't even know when they were taken back to lobby. But Yeah, it happens. Fights happen concurrently sometimes. So yeah, but I believe this is going to be it for the second game of the night, where we saw the team that is Reggie Sports getting another winner chicken dinner. And as you go for that break, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be right back. All all right, welcome guys to the third game of the night. And that is Sanhok in the third day of the semi-finale for the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash Games. Thank you so much again for everyone who's already here. Enjoying the live. Those who have liked so far, I have been saying that from the beginning of the live. Excuse me. If you can, please leave a like, leave a comment, engage in the comment section, say hi to the island bros. The ladies are basically there in the comment section. After they go to lobby, they come there and say hi to you guys. So make sure you hit the hi comment there so that you can maybe interact with the ladies as well as the team. Their rages was as they win. The fans are having a good time there. They're seeing their team get the chicken dinners. So yes, we love to see it. We are just getting started for the third game of the night. And to have a quick look at where the teams have landed in this game, most of them have chosen to go towards the sides of Camp Alpha because they're hoping the safe zone is going to be on that side. Because as soon as you can hold those hills, then basically you are safe. But we can already hear some sprays there. Some fights are finally happening. The Island Bros are getting to engage against the Project X team. We have at least three teams at the same place right now. This is Painan. And we're going to be seeing some early fights as well. Rage Esports seem to be engaging in another fight as well against LELENA Esports. We also have TDS and Red. So for now, in Sanhok, of course, it is a small map. People tend to land together and fights do happen concurrently. But then we have Skylar waiting for the Project X players. They do not see her, but then she does get the damage there, beautiful damage. If she had the AR, then probably the damage, probably a good knock would have been recorded there. But then you can see how low Kart is. That would have been an easy knock if there were at least two of them spraying at the same place. But then Kart does get to heal up. Kyra trying to get some pre-fires for her teammate Skylar to be able to go towards the safe zone. And you can see right now, Skylar just holding the safest place right now. Knight getting spotted. Beautiful spray there from Limoido. Does get one knock in on Knight. And one of their teammates as well does get knocked. That is Skylar. Mamba coming in from the other side. Limoido just cooking up another nade. We're going to be seeing a Kobe on Mamba. Because if does connect, then we are going to be very happy. The naders come in. The naders get some damage, but then we cannot see a knock yet. Mamba is lucky for now. He needs to make it closer to his knocked teammate just to get the cover. And the revive for the Island Bros Kyra, looking to get the revive on Skylar, but then Arya decides that's not going to be happening because I need as many kill points as possible for my team. Let's see what's going to be happening here. Painan seems to be a little bit crowded right now. Players from the Island Bros have already lost one of their teammates, that is Kyler. Tactical team as well seems to be losing players. Are getting knocked and faster, that is Torfinho. The S12K player, the man who surprised us all with his S12K skills, we loved to see it. But for now, we're yet to see what's going to be happening here. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, seeing what is happening right now, we have LELENA Esports are taking on the players from Rage Esports. We have Titi Sexy trying to cook up some nades there just to get a knock happening on that side. But it seems like SL haven't lost any more players yet. So, that's actually a very positive thing happening. This is what we call a perfect team synergy. Looking at Polo now. Trying to cook up a nade on the players from LELENA Esports. Chill boy. Watching this fight as it happens from afar. Seems like Invincibles as well are losing players one by one. They need to be careful, but then interestingly, Rage Esports has 89 points. 8-9. They have 89 points in the bag. That's actually very, very impressive. My game is lagging. I really hope I'm back now. My internet is playing games. It's freezing. But it's fine. So Rage Esports, we can see them trying to take on LELENA Esports as of now. For LELENA, they have actually lost one of their players, and you have Pitax getting pushed there. Beautiful. I don't know what Rage Esports is on tonight, but you can see how they're taking on players. Any team that comes their way, they're taking them down one by one. Chillboy trying to get the damage on Rage Esports. Fast knocking finally. Rage already has lost two players. Not really Rage, but then LELENA Esports has lost two players already. And now for Rage as well, they have just two players remaining in the game. It seems like LELENA Esports is not going down without a fight. And we'll have to see exactly that. Rage Esports are players. I don't know what their plan is. I don't know how they're planning to get a win. But for this third game, it's not looking really good for them. They're having quite a challenge because of how the players from LELENA Esports are giving them a hard time as they try to make it to the safe zone now. We have Team Unique as well being taken back to Lobby Pain Africa, passing by where we have LELENA Esports. Also, another interesting thing will be seen. I don't know if that's going to be the case for them or what they're planning to do, but I mean, it's going to get a little bit crazy. But anyway, we'll have to see it. We are just in the third day, the last day in the semi-finals of the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash games. They're going to be having a lot of teams trying as much as possible to get as many points as possible when it comes to these games. Because as soon as you make it to get as much points as possible, as soon as you can get kill points, and then combine that with placement points, then of course you're going to be having, the best range in terms of points. But we have Pain Africa taking on LELENA Esports. We have Relentless Esports as well, just trying to make it to the safe zone right now. I don't know what the strategy is, but I'm gonna take a quick look at the safe zone, just to see where the teams are. Surprisingly, no one is in the southern side of Sanhok at all. Sami, Nakam, Camp Charlie is also having people leaving, Tampang as well. So I don't know where people are planning to go tonight, but it seems like they're going to be playing it very much safe just to make sure they get as many points as possible. It is the third game of the night, and you need to make it to the finale. You need to be amongst the top 10 teams to be assured of a part of the prize pool. We have players there from Unity, not Unity, you're from Redso. Are getting the knocks down TDS. Hulk is down as well. Hafra being the only person remaining from their team. And he's not moving a muscle. He's waiting for Redso to go as far away as possible. And then he can try to make it to the safe zone as well. 16 teams remaining. That means that 3 teams already have been taken back to lobby. We are just in the second phase of the zone. We're going to the third phase of the zone. And you can see that teams are being eliminated one by one. It is a small map. Yes, it is Sanhok. Yes. And there's going to be a lot of third party, exactly. But then what is going to be happening for sure is that we are going to be having the most snakes in this game. We're going to be having the best camouflages happening from time to time. We're going to be having the king of jungle, and we're going to be having snakes as well. And you can see what is happening there. And Never Die Esports are spotting Red, so getting a knock there and taking that player Yaya all the way back to lobby. Pain Africa has to try to make it to the safe zone as well. And I'm just going to take a quick peek at the zone again, just real quick, to see where everyone else is right now. Generation Z has Aesthetic Extreme right next to them. We have Mao Esports as well. There's a team right there. Query is also a little bit empty, but then Painan has at least 4 teams or 5 at the same place in Painan. I don't know why people are choosing to stay in Painan. I don't know what is in Painan or what is making people see that Painan is the best place to be. But as of now, we have our teams just keeping it safe there in Painan, waiting for a chance to get as many kill points as possible. We still have our ladies in the game. Like I said, give them a big shout out in the comment section, just so that we can be able to get, some free Bugattis for us that don't have skins in the game. We need that Bugatti to be given to us so that we can also be the same level as you guys who have the car skins. And of course, the random viewer who's going to get it as soon as we have the ladies there, that is the Island Bros, are getting the chicken dinners. The zone does shift again. There people are going to be forced to leave boot camp. Yesterday, boot camp was on fire. Ocean Galaxy was there in boot camp, dominating the whole place. But then now, in this game, boot camp seems like Zeus Morris has left that place. Yesterday, Zeus Morris was landing on that place as well. And now, Zeus Morris and Blacklist have left that place. We have Unity, that is Red So, are getting a couple of knocks. They are Relentless Esports getting closer to Invincibles. A team has been eliminated, and that is a Red So. They have been taken back slowly for Invincibles right now. They have Relentless right above them, and we have a push there. Nadas go into the buggy. The Nadas come in. They have a knock there. Spiky is down. 2 players remaining, Kule and Zaber. And we can see Kule now trying to cook up a nade on the players from Relentless. Khalid with the S12K, that's trying to get the knock there, but then Zaber, the man with the DBS, we know how good Zaber is with the DBS, trying to get a thrust there on Khalid, but then he's unable. Nate does get a nade going in there where we have Zaber. He tries to heal up, and Zaber comes in again. The DBS starts to get a knock there on Nate, but then is it going to be possible? Nate is trying to get a revive and still get that knock happening, but then Nate goes into the S12K and makes sure that he gets the thrust on Zaber, and now only one person remains from Relentless Esports, and that's going to be Nate. And for Invincibles as well, Hughley is the only person remaining, and what he does is to go for that revive because they were able to take out the players from Relentless since G-Man was got from the back by a third party, and Invincibles now have been able to engage in more fights because they have been able to get a revive. Kule was able to get a revive on his teammate Spiky, so GG's on that. Mount Esports has one of their players getting knocked out. We have just 14 teams remaining right now. I don't know what's going to be happening. Basically, I cannot predict in these games. I cannot pick a favorite. I cannot say that this team is going to get a chicken dinner. I cannot even say that because it is that intense when it comes to the East Africa Clash games semi-finale. Nades are getting cooked up there. Generation Z player Kevin, Thomas, they need to get the players from Aesthetic Extreme. Federal trying to heal up. We saw how Federal is good at using his S12K. You have to be careful. Don't just push him without thinking it through. Uris trying to get nades as well towards where we have the players from Generation Z, Federal, and his teammate Uris are now waiting for the Gen Z players to go in for that push, holding the DBS, waiting patiently. And we have Federal there trying to get a flank, happening. Thomas are trying to get the Swayze on the vehicle as they're trying to make it to the safe place. Beautiful nade there from Zaki. Does get a knock on Uris, and now Federal being the last player remaining. Kevin trying to get as many damage as possible happening on the player Federal there. He gets to heal up because he wants to try and give us a clutch to the DBS. That's going on the fast knock there, but doesn't really get it happening because Generation Z player Zaki. Finally, Gen Z is living to their name. We know Gen Z as Mercenary Elite, guys. We know them as a good team. So why is it now that in the East Africa Clash games, it's becoming a little bit challenging for them? So I hope this game, they're going to be giving us more points on their end. They're going to be giving us the skills that we expect them to be having. We have Zeus and Morris taking on the blacklist players as well. Looks like the Island Bros are still at the same place with Project X. They haven't moved. Painan has been in the zone for the longest time now, and now everyone in Painan is going to be forced to leave Painan. Camp Charlie as well is no longer safe. So now the teams that are going to be holding the compounds by the river are the only teams that are going to be safe when it comes to the third game, that is in Sanhok. We have blacklist player Gizi. And his teammates Ronaldo now have to wait for the teams as they're trying to make it to the safe zone. We have tactical team there, Beno Baby, and his teammates are now going to be forced to make it to the zone before anyone makes it to a place that is going to be putting them at a disadvantage. We have the Island Bros there, ladies are getting their knocks on the players from Project X. That means now people are trying to make it to the safe zone. Pain Africa are taking on Red So as well. Oh, it's Unity. Oh, Unity Force. I see now what was happening. The logo is mixed up. Okay. So we have Pain Africa. They're trying to get closer there to where we have basically Red So right next to them. We have TDS. Invincibles are still in the game. Generation Z right next to Invincibles. Ma Esports is there as well. Zeus Morris waiting on Blacklist and a tactical team, just to make sure they can get a couple of knocks there and maybe some kill points from their their team here. But let's see how this is going to be happening. TDS Power has been taken back to lobby. 12 teams remaining. We're heading to the fifth phase of the zone. Knowing how small Sanhok is, the fifth phase might just be the worst place to be in right now. The SL ladies are sandwiched as of now. They have Project X on one side, Tactical on the other side. They basically have teams literally everywhere where they are right now. Two of their players are down. Mimoido has been taken back to lobby. Blacklist player here has an aid coming towards him. Emperor needs to be careful. The nade does get some damage there from Stone, but then he is also down. The nade does connect on the other side. Blacklist player Gizzy with the flank does get a couple of knocks. Their tactical player has been taken back to lobby one by one. The zone is quite damaging right now. Beno Baby watching from afar. Blacklist players are basically right in front of him. And I don't think he's going to be able to make it to the zone now, but we'll see if that's going to be the case or not. We are in the fifth phase of the zone. You have Never Die Esports getting closer to Generation Z. Thomas just watching them right above them. And Never Die Esports needs to be careful because I don't think Thomas will let them make it to the zone. They get the revive. They try to go in the vehicle. You have the fast knock in. Gizzy does get knocked knocked as well. You have Thomas here getting knocked as well. I don't know what is happening with them. Blacklist. Generation Z, everyone is getting knocked. Never Die Esports mine is going towards the players from Zeus Morris will be taken back to the if he's not careful. He's just the only person remaining from his team. Fights are happening literally everywhere. Tactical team has been taken back to lobby. Mine does stop in the middle of a couple of squads now. It's going to be him and a luck for him to get to survive this fight. Pain Africa right in front of him. Nades might just be flowing where he is right now. I don't know if they've seen him. I don't know if they want to get him cooked or they're going to assume he was taken back to lobby. Generation Z as well. Redso has been taken back to lobby. Gen Z as well has been taken back to lobby. We can see now fights are happening concurrently. Pain Africa losing players. They're getting knocked. They are sandwiched. Invincibles watching from afar. Kill trying as much as possible to get as many points as possible. Getting the nades in where the fights are happening. Mao Esports taking on Pain Africa. Project X player Aria right in front of Pain Africa. Pain Africa right now, they're basically sandwiched. Venom cannot get revived. He's very, very much low. He can be seen by Stanik. Zekro needs to get revived as well because the zone is about to close in. 7 teams remaining. It is going to get a little bit more damaging. Teams are going to be losing players to the Blue Jays, and they need to start moving as early as now. The nade fly in for Pain Africa. Pony still trying to cook up the nade, but then he doesn't stop throwing that nade. Doesn't really get a knock happening, but then Stanik ready to take on a whole team by himself. Does get a couple of knocks, and thus Pain Africa getting the third partied, and they have been taken back. So we Never Die Esports have had the time of their life there. Invincibles as well, losing players. You can see Zeus Morris now trying to make it to the zone. 4 teams remaining. Zeus Morris is here. We have been holding the same place for the longest time possible, and with just 4 teams remaining. Stanik trying to get something happening there. Later Esports has been taken back to lobby. The last player there from Never Die Esports has been spotted as well. Might be taken back to lobby if he's not careful. One nade is enough to take him all the way back to lobby. Nades getting thrown towards him. I mean, Stanik might just be the man of the match. All his nades have been connected. Now we have just 2 teams remaining. Mao Esports and Zeus Morris. They're trying to get their nades there. The one of their players is still down. That is Fabian. Now Logic and Lucifer are going to be forced to go to that push towards Mao Esports. Logic and Lucifer have a lot to fail in right now with just one of their players down, who has finally been revived, and now they can go for that push because they're equal. 3 players are remaining from each team. Beautiful spray there from Atrox. Does get a knock on the player from Zeus Morris, that is Logic, and now that leaves only 2 players remaining. Sky as well has been knocked from our esports. Zeus Lucifer is down. 1 person remains, that is Fabian. Stanik with the beautiful nades and the beautiful spray does get knocked down. That leaves only 1 person standing from Zeus Morris, and that is none other than Fabian. Atrox now, the last person from Mao Esports, does get the last kill there on the player from Zeus Morris. They almost had the winner Chicken Dina, but that was not going to be the case this time around because Mao Esports have said that it is our time to get the winner Chicken Dina when it comes to the 3rd game of the night, and that is Sanhok. I don't know what Mao Esports was on tonight, but they basically went to every push they could go for. They ensured that every knock they got, they were thirsting. And the player there, Stanik or Demonic, Stonic. But yes, from our esports, I believe he's going to be the man of the match because of the nades there. They were connecting. He was getting the knocks and the thirst. But yeah, looking at how the team did do, it is Stonic. Yes. 5 eliminations, a damage of 957. 8 trucks, 5 eliminations, a damage of 537. Skydo, 1 elimination, a damage of 233. And we have Zekro with 1 elimination, a damage of 167. GG's again to you for that win. That is Mao Esports. Let's look at the number of points they have gathered just from this one game. They have gotten a total of 22 points. Zeus Morris getting 17. Third, we have Later Esports 9. 4, we have Pain Africa 8. Never Die Esports 8. Red Soul with 6. Project X 6. Invincibles 5. Generation Z 4. Aesthetic Extreme 3. Unity 4 Star in Tactical Team. LELENA Esports and Rage Esports each getting 2 points. Team Unique, Relentless Esports, Blacklist, and Island Bros each getting 1 point from that game. Let's have a quick look at the man of the match. I called it Mao Stanik, getting 5 eliminations, a damage of 957. He gets 3 assists, survives a total of 18 minutes and 39 seconds. And we have him getting only 4 knockouts from that game. Again, GG's to you, Mouse Tanik. We watched you dominate that fight from the moment you started engaging against Pain Africa. We have Mao Esports getting 12 eliminations and Azus Morris getting 11. Total damage dealt by Mao Esports 1,894. Azus Morris dealing a damage of 1,543. Mao Esports getting 10 knocks and Zeus Morris getting 8 knocks. Total time in the blue for Mao Esports is 0 seconds, and for Zeus Morris it is 7 seconds in the blue zone. That means both teams made the right rotations when it came to this game, and they took their time, of course, and it has finally paid out. They have got their winner chicken dinner from that game. So then again, GG's to you, Mao Esports, for that. It was a well-deserved winner chicken dinner on your end. Yes, sir. For now, let's just have a quick look at how the zone rotation was done by these teams, how the zone closed in on them. So far, it started on the southern side of Sanhok, where we had no one going towards Sami, Bantai, Nakam. No one landed on that side. We had people crowding along Hainan there. We had a couple of fights that started there, but then we thought it was going to be our Island Bros, the ladies, getting the chicken dinner, but then that was not the case. But yeah, these things happen and we are just there to see it. But then GGCU, the zone was closing in again, and we had now teams still going towards Painan. The ruins was a little bit crowded, but then nothing happened there as well. People came by from Camp Alpha. TDS team also did a very late rotation. To be honest, that rotation was very, very late. Pain Africa coming around Sami, going towards Camp Charlie, all that, just trying to make it to the safest place possible. Cave also had the Mao Esports players. They thought that was going to be the safest place to be in, but then it wasn't, so they were forced to move and go towards the safest place according to them in the game. So Pain Africa also tried to come behind Red So, took out Red So as well. More Esports saw Pain Africa while this fight was engaging. Invincible players Spikey and Kul watched this fight from afar, but unfortunately the zone there made it hard for them to make it to the safe zone because the team that is Zeus Morris was watching them. They took them back to lobby, and that's when now more esports went head to head against Zeus Morris, where we had the last player Aatrox getting the last player Fabian from Zeus Morris all the way back to lobby. But as of now, guys, that was just the third game. We have one more game to go for the last day in the semi-finals for East Africa Clash. But as of now, we'll be taking a short break. So please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back, guys. We are officially in the last game of the night when it comes to the last day for the semi finale in the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash semi finale. And it has been very interesting. Even you, the viewers, can agree with me on that. I mean, a lot of fights have been happening. Very interesting fights. Some teams have been dominating. We didn't expect them to dominate. They came in, they started dominating. We have a team like Rage Sports getting 2 chicken dinners in a row, quite impressive. And then we have now Mount Esports coming in later and deciding that we are the kings of the jungle, and they get the chicken dinner in Sanhok. And now we're in the last game of the night. Erangel, we have the flight path coming from Stalba all the way to Primosk, where we're expecting to have a couple of fights happening, especially when it comes to Sevarni. Where we usually have a couple of teams landing there, but then this time round, seems like only Mount Esports will be going there. There's Neapoliana, another common for people. Most people tend to enjoy landing there. I don't know why or how they see it as a very a good place to land, even though they know that most teams will choose to go there. But anyway, it is fine as long as you can survive, as long as you can do your best to get your points up. Then that's all that matters, and we are just going to be here to say GG's to the teams that get the winner chicken dinner. Last game of the night there, we have 18 teams joining the game. That means one team chose not to hustle on it again, and that's totally okay. So seeing the safe zone. So basically, teams that landed in Yasnaya, it seems like you're not going to be having the same case we had in game one, where the fights went all the way to Yasnaya Poliana, and you had like 8 teams in the same place. This time round, the zone might be going towards both bridges in Fieri Pier, where we have a bridge here towards Military Base, and then we're going to be having another fight on the bridge towards Novo, and we can already see a team that is Gen Z might be looking to cross the bridge now just to make sure that they are in the safest place possible. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. Depends on what the game decides is going to be the case in this last game of the night. But yes, Napoleon, as usual, has a team there. Looks like Invincibles are taking on the blacklist. We have a couple of knocks on their end. But as you watch the game, guys, my humble request is that before the live ends, can we get to 50 likes? I will really appreciate it. So come on and hit that like button as you enjoy the games here, because that's the only support I require, and subscribe from you guys as well. But for now, last game of the night, let's do our usual shout outs. Big shout out to GPE Esports for the beautiful production when it comes to the games for the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash. We appreciate them, and if you want such a production, just make sure to hit their DM there. In Instagram, they're called GP Esports as well, and they'll be giving you the same production they're giving us tonight. A big shout out to our sponsors. We have that is Esports Somalia Association. We have the Kenya PUBG Mobile League, River Rose Foundation Kenya, and we have a player N8 Bravo as well, being parts of the sponsors that are making this event a success. But as of now, guys, the biggest shout out goes to you, the viewers, as you're watching the game, supporting the live, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate you guys for that. So thank you so much for doing that, and giving us your support in the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash games. So we have a fight there finally. Aesthetic Extreme choosing to engage. You have one player already has been taken back to lobby. That is from Unity Force. One of their teammates has been taken back to lobby. I don't know when or how, but then we have Red. So they are choosing to go across the bridge to go to the safest place in the game. So when you look at the map right now, it's a little bit crazy. Teams have actually gone to focus on crossing the bridge. All of them are now crossing towards either Novo or military base. Generation Z already tried to cross. We have another team, their Unity Force as well is crossing. So that's going to be interesting. But we have later esports going in for that push on Generation Z players. Ramo does get knocked. They try to get that push happening, but then they cannot because Gen Z is getting the cover literally everywhere. Later esports players are getting taken down by Generation Z. One person remains standing from later esports. Thomas are ready to get on that knock again. Danger is not even having an easy time because he's basically in danger. Blacklist coming from the back. Later esports player Danger might not be having a good time here because Blacklist is third part in that fight. And when later esports have been taken back to lobby, we have Blacklist, the third part in the fight. They're getting a knock on the players from Generation Z. Kazuz as well trying to get closer, waiting for the players from Blacklist as they try to get a push happening here. And you can see they're now closing in. Kazuz, they are spotting the players from Blacklist getting closer. He needs to be careful though because this bridge, the sidewalks are usually very tricky. I think they're the trickiest part to be holding when it comes to these competitive sides because someone might be watching on the other side and will actually get you. And as soon as they knock you, they will be getting the thrust. It is going to be an easy knock and a confirmed thrust for you guys because fair repair is also a place people can hold in case the zone decides it's not going to be crossing. It's going to be staying on the office on the upper side of military base there. It's going to be either in Fairy Pier or the edges in the potato hills, not potato hills, in the ridges where we have Pain Africa, where we have Unique as well, where we have Aesthetic Extreme. We might also have a zone happening there. Tactical team on their side as well. There is going to be a fight depending on where people go to. But you can see Project X Player Knight there has already been knocked. That means the fight is finally coming. Teams are going to be forced to take on the fights right now because at the end of the day, it is the last day for the semi-finals in the East Africa Clash. Right after these games are completely done, before the live stream end, the top 10 teams will be clear because the results will be posted there. So I hope you guys will wait till that time to be able to see if your team But all I'm asking for, all the 91 of you, even when you get to 120, 130 people watching, please hit that like button, show the support, and make sure we get as many people watching the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash games as possible. Generation Z still holding the same place here. Blacklist players are coming towards them as well. They're going to be forced to engage in this fight, whether they like it or not. Team Unique taking on the players from Pain Africa. That means there is a fight that is going to be transpiring there sooner or later. Uh, we also have Mount Esports and Nevada Esports taking on each other as well. So right now, this being the last game of the night, it seems like some teams have decided to give up and just play as aggressive as possible. Others have chosen to be a little bit passive. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. But then here we have at least three teams at the same place. Invincibles here are getting pushed by TDS Power. And we want to see whether Invincibles or TDS, so which team is going to be doing their best here to win this fight right now. Remember, it is the last game of the night and it is the only chance to qualify to the finale. Nades flying in. Spikey's nade does get some damage on Shafra and his teammate Lemon. Q still holding it there, waiting for Lemon to make a mistake, but then Lemon is not just your casual player there. He knows he's right there cooking up a nade. Might be getting a Kobe and kill. He needs to be careful because that nade did connect and kill is down. Zaba right now will be forced to do something about it. Shakid does get a knock as well on the players from TDS Power. Lemon are still trying to get a fast their own kill, but then it's impossible because players from Invincibles are basically everywhere in this compound. Zaba waiting for them to go in for that push. He has an Uzi. Why do you have an Uzi, Zaba? The push there, the S12K was easy knock on Zaba. And now Spikey and Shakira, the last people remaining from their team. They're trying to get as much nades and mollies towards them, but then they don't have enough of that. For TDS Power, they have all of the nades and the mollies they can have. They're trying to cook up nades. Lemon is a cooking, might get knocked, But then, unfortunately, not he still stand a chance of surviving. Cool, they're trying to retreat to get revived. A Lemon cooking up another nade. We're going to be seeing a Kobe on Spiky, because where Spiky is, it is quite often, and it is quite easy to get a nade there. And it is actually a Kobe, because Spiky is down, and now one player remains from Invincibles, and that is Shakid. And the TDS team still has more nades to cook up on Shakid right now. The nades are coming in. The knock there, a beautiful knock on Smart there. He tries to get something happening again, but then unfortunately the players from TDS have the numbers, and Hulk is able to get that knock. But then they cannot be resting now, because we have Zeus Morris, winners of game, not really winners, almost winners of game 3. And now third part in this fight, where we had the players from TDS taking on the players from Invincibles. We can see Zeus Paradox with the flank there. The players from TDS are getting the revive, but then Lucifer will not be given the chance to do it, because he's finally here, ready to go in for that push. The smoke is covering them. Hulk trying to heal up as well. A Molly coming towards him right now. Lucifer with the Mollies. The players are from Zeus Morris cooking up nades on the players right now as they get the revives, as they try to heal up. TDS Power has not gotten a single break. But then even as they got the knocks, they're on the players from Invincibles. The same fate has befallen them, and we have them getting taken all the way back to lobby by Zeus Morris. 14 teams remaining. 4 teams have already been taken back to lobby. We are heading over to the third phase of the zone, and we are going to be having very, and I mean very intense fight. It is the last game, so everyone now is betting on as many points as possible, and if it means camping or just playing aggressively, could be either sides of the game. That is what they're going to be doing, and you have to make sure you are on the winning side, and that is making sure your IGL is making the right calls, and you are trusting your IGL's calls when it comes to these games. Zeus Morris players there now are lucky, but then they need to be on alert, because LELENA Esports is finally here, and they might be taking Zeus Morris as well back to lobby, because it seems like the drill is the team is holding a compound. It started with Invincibles. TDS Power came in aggressively, took them out, and then next we had once the TDS Power won that fight, we had the players from Zeus Morris closing in as well. They took them out. Zeus Morris have occupied that compound. Now LELENA Esports is joining them there. So I don't know if that's going to be the same drill. But then we have Generation Z. Oh, trying to take on the ladies there from Island Bros. But then the ladies are able to take Generation Z all the way back to lobby. GG's again to you, the beautiful ladies. We still need our Bugattis. So if you can please get your chicken dinners, we will really, and I mean really appreciate it, because one of us needs to get a casking courtesy of Speedy. And we have now more esports. So looking at the players from tactical team, they were trying to cross the zone. And I want to see where people are going to be going, because the zone right now is still forcing people to cross the bridges. Unity Force has crossed completely, gone far away from the bridge. We have a team, the Aesthetic Extreme, going towards them as well. Tactical team has more esports. Not really more esports. Yeah, that's more. I can see Static. More esports there. Project X as well, going towards tactical team side. Pain Africa, Blacklist, Unity Force, Aesthetic Extreme, Island Bros. All these teams have crossed the bridge, and every team right now that is towards the side of Novo Milta Farm, they need to start moving towards the side of Military Base, on the side that is going towards Fiery here. And we have Red So there getting knocked. One of the players is already down, and we can see a push there from Zeus Morris. Seems like that's not going to be the case, because they did not really have to remove Zeus Morris from that compound. They moved themselves. I think that is why they were not taken back to lobby. That means LELENA Esports as well went far away from this fight as possible, just to get their points up by keeping getting the right placement points for their team. We have Zeus Morris now trying to make it to the safe zone, and we want to see what they're going to be doing right now. We have Red So last player was trying to make it to the zone there, but then Zeus Morris players basically followed him from the back and took him all the way back to lobby. 12 teams remaining again. A team unique player, last player, that is Zist, might also be taken back to lobby right now, because where he is going right now, there is a team there as well, so he's going to be a little bit disadvantaged. So let's see what the case is going to be as of now, and how we are going to be watching Unique as they try to handle their last player remaining to get as many placement points as possible. Pain Africa as well, using the BRDM there just to make it to safe zone, because it is a very safe vehicle. It can go across water. It can walk, move or not walk, move on land. So they have basically a machine there that's going to be helping them to make it to the safe zone. Let's see what's going to be happening there. Tactical team crossing the bridge, and we have Mao Esports coming right behind them. I don't know what Mao Esports plan is, because once this zone closes in, I don't know how they're going to be making it to the safe zone. But we have players like Project X, teams like Project X. We have Zeus Morris as well. They're going to be trying to make it to the safe zone. We can see Lucifer and his teammate crossing the water there just to make it on the other side towards military base. For Unity Force, they're watching the players from Tactical Team as they try to cross the bridge there. They made it to a safe zone, but then they have to move even closer. But then Pain Africa now taking on the players from Aesthetic Extreme. One knock in, and you can see the S1 is ready to do that thing. Venom going for that push, and the team there from Aesthetic Extreme has been wiped out by Pain Africa. Seems like now Pain Africa wants to get their points up, because what they have been doing so far has not been as promising in terms of the points we expect them to be having. Project X are still in the blue zone. Will get a little bit damaging. I don't think they're going to be able to cross that bridge unless they prove us wrong. We have the Island Bros waiting on the people that are going to be trying to cross the bridge, and that is LELENA Esports. They're going to be a little bit gatekept there, because for the Island Bros, they are safe and they can easily wait for someone to cross that bridge. Tactical team waiting for the people coming towards that bridge to cross, and that is Mao Esports as well. So I don't know if Mao Esports will also make it to the zone right now. Military Base has a team that is Pain Africa, Blacklist, and the last player from Team Unique, with Red Zone, not really the Red Zone, but Unity Force on the southern side of Military Base, and the zone are shifted, and now everyone will be going towards Military Base in this last zone fight. I mean, these games are getting a little bit intense, to be honest. People are, well, not having that time of their day. Some teams are having a good day, some are having bad. Mount Esports are trying to make it to the safe zone. I don't think they will, because Tactical Team is waiting on them by the bridge. The reason we have 18 teams, because I think one team did not join. We had 19 teams for this lobby, and I cannot tell which team is that till later. But I'll know. I think it's Relentless. I cannot see Relentless anywhere. Yeah, I cannot see Relentless in the game. So I think it's Relentless. They did not really join the game, if I'm not wrong, but I'll know as soon as the game ends. So for Rage Esports now, also trying to make it to this zone, what they need to know is that Tactical Team is not moving a muscle. Actually, luckily for them, Tactical Team has decided to move. Mao Esports has one player right there as well, and not moving a muscle, waiting for people to make a mistake. You can see the space there, trying to stop people from making it to the zone. I don't know why Aatrox is engaging, but then he's just but a solo remaining from his team. His immediate reaction should be going to the safe zone right now. Staying outside the zone is just not it. But let's see how this plays out. Rage Esports are going towards the safe zone. Mao Esports player Aatrox has decided to stay back. Zeus Morris has one of their players knocked right now. So that's also something you're going to be waiting to see. But then Aatrox is lucky, because he doesn't have anyone to gatekeep him as he crosses to the safe zone. But then the zone is about to shift again, and it is going to get even more damaging. Rage Esports Tactical Team, Unity Force, all these teams are about to encounter each other as they try to make it to the zone. You winner Chicken Dinner, beautiful nade there from Imoida does get a knock on Slazy, and nades are still flying in. The players are from SL, that is Island Rose, are getting their knocks there on the players from Rage Esports. The nades are still connecting. Skylar gets another knock in there for Tacos. Slazy has been tested by that nade. For now, Rage Esports is not having an easy time. The ladies have the nades flying in. All their teammates are down, and only one person remains, and that is Polo. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the revive on Tacos. But then you have Tactical Team closing in as well. The ladies are just at the safest place right now, but they need to be careful as well. The zone is about to move, and they need to start moving as well. In less than a minute, they're going to be forced to go towards every other team on the lower side of Military Base, there towards the western side of Military Base. Polo not moving a muscle. Pain Africa passing by right in the middle. Tactical team as well are going towards the middle of the safe zone. And everyone right now is focusing on that, to be honest. The ladies, their Island Bros as well, have made it to the safe zone. Tactical team is safe as of now, but I don't know about Polo. Last player there from Rage Esports, I don't think he's going to be able to move from where he is right now. Probably by luck, no one will spot him, and he'll be able to move towards the safe zone. Blacklist are taking on the players from LELENA Esports. The player there, Kyra, has been knocked, almost taken back. Slobi Mimoida as well is down. And you have tactical team trying to make sure that they get the thrust on these ladies. The Skylar throwing the mollies, they are trying to start the smokes, they're trying to cover his teammates, but then tactical team players up throwing the nades. They're beautiful knock there from Skylar, gets a knock on Bendo Baby, and now all she needs to do is get the revive because she is down the numbers. There are just 2 players remaining from the Island Bros tactical team. Right now, they don't know where to go. No one knows where to go. Skylar just uses the vehicle and goes directly to get the revive because there is power in numbers. And if it means getting the revive, even in a risky place, and if I can get it, then why not get it? Last player there from Reg Esports has been spotted. That is Polo. Tactical team players are trying to get some nades towards them. 11 teams remaining, and all these teams are basically forced to come towards military base. All these teams are forced to be at the same place. They don't have enough smoke, they don't have enough nades, but then they need to get their points up. And if it means camping it out, snaking, staying in a container, staying in the vehicle, I will do exactly that. Project X as well has been taken back to lobby. You have Zeus Morris there getting the revive. His teammate Paradox is down as well. They're trying to get the revive from the western side of military base. The ladies are being taken back to lobby as well. Skylar has been thirsted. We can see Lucifer there trying to cook up a nade. We're going to be seeing a Kobe and a knock because there's basically everyone literally in every single corner in military base right now for Pitax. They do know that he is there. We can see nades getting thrown towards him. Blacklist has 3 players remaining. None of them is going towards the fight. We have Pain Africa as well. Has been taken back to lobby. 8 teams remaining. For Blacklist, they're going to be using this vehicle as their cover, and it is paying off for now, but is it going to be enough? TT Sexy from LELENA Esports, spotting the last player from our Esports, that is Aatrox. A bit will spray there, doesn't really get the damage, but then you can see Aatrox is feeling a little bit tense. He doesn't know where to go anymore. There's literally everyone everywhere in this game. Polo, last player there, has been eliminated, and it is GG's to you, Mao Esports. Aatrox has been taken back to lobby. So GG's to you, Aatrox. Redso as well, all the way back to lobby. I believe that is Unity Force. And we have now Zeus Morris player Logic going for that push on the tactical players. Does get a knock on Beno Baby. And for tactical player Stone, he is spotted. And LELENA Esports does get to enjoy that last kill on the players from tactical team. 4 teams are remaining. Zeus, Morris, Team Unique, LELENA Esports, and Blacklist finally make it to the top 4. We haven't seen these teams in the top 4 apart from Zeus and LELENA Esports, but for Team Unique and Blacklist, apart from the qualifying where we had Unique getting a chicken dinner, we haven't seen them coming up here again in quite some time. Blacklist closing on the players from LELENA Esports. They have Zeus on their left there. They need to be careful on that as well. But for the players from Blacklist, they have not been moving a muscle at all. They have been holding that same coffee house. I don't know if it's a coffee station or whatever that place is supposed to be called, but they have been holding that place for the longest time. They haven't moved yet, and I don't think they're planning on moving, because why should we move? If we are safe, then why not? But remember, guys, we are going to be having the total scores right after these games, and that is after we see the stats for this game. We're going to be having the total scores, and we're going to be seeing the top 10 teams that make it to the finale. Team Unique as well has been taken back to lobby, and now for LELENA Esports, they need to start getting closer to the players from Blacklist and Zeus Morris. You can see Emperor there waiting, patiently waiting for someone to make a mistake. LELENA will be forced to go towards directly at the team for Zeus Morris. There we have Ronaldo trying to cook up a nade. We have a Kobe on LELENA. The nade bounces back. Oh, it does get some damage with his own nade there. TT6 trying to get the damage on Paradox. Does get a good amount of damage, but then is unable to get a knock happening there. Emperor is down. 1 person remains from Blacklist, and that is Ronaldo. He's quite low. He's going to get pushed there. Tries to get a push happening here, but then he's low. He gets some damage on Lucifer. We saw that, but then Since he was just but a solo, he has been taken back slowly. Beautiful sprays there, and Pitax is done. Perfect. A drop shot there. TT Sexy trying to get the push there. DBS is in, misses the first shot. And I mean, finally, Zeus and Morris, they almost had the chicken dinner in the third game of the night. But then this time round, the last game of the night, they have decided they are taking that chicken dinner back home. Again, GG's to you guys. That is GG's to Zeus Morris for that beautiful winner chicken dinner on the last game of the night. When it comes to the semi-finale, the last day in the semi-finale, that was the last game for the semi-finale. Zeus Morris finally getting the chicken dinner, third game of the night. They almost had it against Mao Esports, but then Mao Esports got it in Sanhok. And now in the last game, they have waited it out. It was quite intense. Same as the first game in Erangel, we had a lot of fighting in Yasnaya. But then this last game as well, we have had a very intense last zone fight, and it was all clocked in at military base. So you can see for Zeus Morris getting the chicken dinner, it was not easy. So we have to tell you guys, big up and congratulations for that beautiful winner chicken dinner. It is not easy. It was not easy, and we have come to the end of the semi-finale. We are going to be looking at a little bit of stats, and at the end of the live stream, you guys will be seeing the top 10 teams that have made it to the finale. And looking at the stats on Zeus Morris, we have Logic getting 8 eliminations, dealing a damage of 1,106. We have a Paradox getting 6 eliminations, a damage of 1,061. We have Lucifer, 4 eliminations, a damage of 757. Fabian, 2 eliminations, a damage of 309. GG's again to you, Zeus Morris, for that. Again, guys, if you're watching the live, please make sure to hit that like button as the game comes to a completion. That's all I'm asking for. Hit the like button, like till you get tired. And we have the total points gotten by Zeus Morris, 20 eliminations from one game. That's wild. 30 total points from them. Tactical team getting 10 points. LELENA getting 9. Pain Africa 8. More Esports 7. Blacklist and Island Bros 6 points. Team Unique Generation Z at 5 points. Unique Force TDS Power 4 points each. Invincibles and Rage Esports 2 points. Aesthetic Extreme and Never Die Esports 1 points each. Relentless Esports Nightmare and Redzo getting 0 points each from that game. So GG's to you guys for getting 30 points actually. And man of the match, there we have Zeus Logic getting 8 eliminations, dealing a damage of 1,106, 5 assists, survives a total of 23 minutes and 13 seconds, 7 total knockouts on his end as well. So GG's to you guys from Zeus Morris and Zeus Logic for getting man of the match title. You deserved it. GG's to you. Head to head, there we have Zeus Morris getting 20 eliminations, and the tactical team getting 7 eliminations. We have Zeus Morris dealing a damage of 3,233. 3,000. Tactical team dealing a damage of 1,658. Total knockouts for Zeus Morris 17. Tactical team getting 9 knockouts. Total time in the blue 1 minute and 32 seconds for Zeus Morris, and 1 minute and 46 seconds for the tactical team. Again, GG's to you guys. And just let's have a quick runabout of how today's last game fight was, and how the zone rotations were. The game basically started in the southern side of Erangel, where it forced the teams to start crossing the bridge too early in the game. That in general led to some teams engaging in early fights, where we had some teams getting third-partied, unlike teams like the Island Bros that used the boats there to make it to the safe zone. That was actually a very good strategy coming from them. But for every other team there, they were forced to cross the bridge. They were forced to go towards every single team. LELENA Esports as well did a very wide rotation with the players from Red, so doing the same rotation, actually using the same path. So I don't know if these two IGLs have been taught to go with that rotation, but we saw them doing that beautiful rotation there. We can see when it came to military base, no one at first wanted to go there because they were not sure that zone was going to be there. Now, when you look at the zone there in Novo's side, we had tactical team crossing and now waiting for every single team to cross that bridge. And that is when it got a little bit intense. And that's totally okay as well, because tactical team got their kills there, but then that did not get them a chicken dinner. And now the zone went to military base. We had Blacklist cousin in there, Pain Africa, Azus Morris, the Island Bros, Rage Sports, all teams gathered there all at once, and they were forced to engage in the fight, whether you like it or not. All you have to do is engage in that fight, and that is exactly what happened there. And then we had teams being dropped down one by one. We had teams third party in fights, and some unexpected knocks, to be honest, because some of them were hit by surprise. They didn't know that there's someone there watching. They didn't know that someone was just waiting on them to come closer. And that is how some teams actually lost the fights, because most of their points were taken by either someone was snaking behind them, either someone was camping behind them, and that of course led to the fight happening. And it was actually a very heavy thing to see. But then, I mean, that is it for that whole map review. Looking at game one, we had Rage Esports getting the win. Game two, Miramar Rage Esports get the win again. Sanhok in game three, we had Mao Esports getting the chicken dinner. And for the last match in Erangel, we had Zeus Morris getting the winner chicken dinner on that game. But then remember, guys, only the top 10 teams make it to the finale, and we'll be looking at the overall scores in a few seconds to know the top 10 teams that have made it to the finale. We have Rage Esports getting 93 points in position 1. Position 2, we have Zeus Morris getting 78 points. Position 3, Later Esports 63. Als Magicians and Neon Force are tied at 61 in position 4 and 5. Position 6, we have LELENA 60. 7, you have Invincibles 56. Tiny Tactical Team at position 8 with 56. 9, you have Team Unique at 52 points. And lastly, Blacklist with 50 points in position 10. You have then Red, so they're coming with 11 at position 11 with 47. TDS part 46. But then remember, guys, only the top 10 teams do make it to the grand finale in the PUBG Mobile East Africa Clash Games. We have position 13, MRU Hypers 45. Pain Africa at position 14 with 40. Force Strength position 15. 36, Relentless Esports at position 16 with the 35 points. Position 17, you have More Esports with 33, tied with Unity Force with 33 points as well, as they are in position 18. In 19, we have Project X, 28 points, tied with position 20, Aesthetic Extreme, and position 21, Generation Z, each of them having 28 points. Island Bros getting 24 points. Team Solo Mid at position 23 getting 24 points. And Never Die Esports getting 22 points from that game. I mean, it has been a very interesting night. I know you guys as well have enjoyed the last day for the semi-finale in the East Africa Clash Games. But then, guys, the East Africa Clash is not yet done. We have the finale that will be back in, I think, 2-3 days. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, share, not even share, just like and subscribe, notification bell on. Once you go live for the finale, we'll be having you guys here watching every single action live. But for now, it is good night from your girl Mitch Gaming, and I'll be seeing you guys during the finale. Bye.